First, there's light and dark. And then what happens? Then there's like matter that's created, water and land. And then out of the water and land, growth happens. It's like growth from absolute matter. That's the most basic reality of creation. The world was created to flourish. That's what it means when God created the world in love. He created it for it to grow. For human beings, we were created to grow and to flourish, just like flowers, just like the trees. All of us are a part of that. And our natural purpose is to grow. And that's why, I mean, for me, in the last, I would say, at least year of my life, my primary prayer is, Hashem, please help me grow. Help me grow upright. That's the service here. That's the spiritual work of this time, because we're going to grow whether we like it or not. So I say, Hashem, I want to grow because I know that's what you want of me, because the growth is going to happen. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. I've never seen a 70-year-old teenager. A 70-year-old has a lot of life wisdom. He's been through a lot. He's seen a lot. He knows a lot. He's grown a lot. And now there's some people that have chosen to grow, and some people, the growth just happens to them. And so I say, Hashem, I want to grow because I know that that's my purpose. And I want, please help me grow. Now, don't bring it on too strong. I want to just like be a merciful coach here. I really want to be better and I want to grow, but help me grow upright, because I don't want to grow crooked, because I know that if I grow crooked, eventually something's going to have to straighten me out. And I don't want to be straightened out. I want you to straighten me out. That is the spiritual work of this time. And what do we do right after Purim? We start cleaning up our house. That's the embodied knowledge that's happening there. It's like, start cleaning up shop, dramatize it, act it out, teach it to your children. This time until Passover, the mission is get your house in order, clean it up. But I mean clean. Get behind the furniture, pull out the fridge, clean out the corners behind the fridge that you don't clean out during the year. That's what you need to do now. It's like, this is the time more than any other time to really get on your hands and knees and deal with what you need to fix. And, for me, it's a great example in the Megillah. We see the story of Haman. He's been invited by the king. He's on top of the world. He's got his decree to destroy his enemy in place. He has the ring on his finger. For all intents and purposes, he's the most powerful person in the kingdom. He comes out of the palace and sees Mordecai. And Mordecai enrages him on Esther chapter 5, verse 9. Can we put that up on the screen? He sees Mordecai, and he's just so happy. It says, then Haman went forth that day, joyful and with a glad heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, that he would not stand up or even move for him, he was full of indignation against Mordecai. It's like he had every reason in the world to be so happy. And Haman just went, there's that one thing. Gosh, that Mordecai couldn't let go of that. And that he came home, and instead of talking to his wife about how amazing things are and how powerful he is and how he's going to kill all the Jews and Mordecai's going to get it, he's just complaining and complaining about Mordecai. And then his wife says, why don't you go build him that tree? And it's almost like this chain reaction that unfolds from Haman's life, that he couldn't just let the one annoying thing in his life, let that go and really focus on all the blessings of your life. And then as he focuses on the one thing that's his real challenge right now, from that, everything horrible unfolded in his life. And so what is spring cleaning? Well, it's a universal phenomenon, spring cleaning. That's like a saying in the world, but it's really a Torah command. It's like, clean up the debris that is blocking the reception of your spiritual antenna. Take off the mask, like a solar collector that needs to receive the light to work to get the heat going. You got to wipe off the dust so it can like receive the light. So the same too, it's like when we have that like one thing, because there's always going to be a snake in the garden. There's always going to be that one thing in life. That is our challenge. But if you let that be, that's what you got to find and clean it out. And that's what's so beautiful, is that, happiness in the Western world is like when you achieve a goal, when you get that degree, when you get the promotion, when you get that raise. That's like the happiness that you've been working for. You got accepted to that law firm. Well, what's wrong with that approach is that until you get that raise or until you get into that law firm, you're frustrated, you're anxious. Until the goal is met, you're not really happy. And then once the goal is accomplished, the happiness evaporates pretty quickly because the goal is accomplished now. And now what are you looking for? And there's a different type of joy that the Torah is teaching us about. It's a joy doing what you were fashioned to do. and spring is on the horizon now, and we're all called to clean up shop. We're all called to grow. And how do we grow? It's like clean off the debris that's on the antenna by putting our house in order. And as we clean our exteriors of our house, really we're just cleaning the chambers of our heart. We pull back the mask and we see like, no, it's not just the outside game, but there's an inside game here. And we're not looking at the person in the TV set. No, we realize that we're trying to like go in a little bit deeper, trying to go to the source of that reception. So when the debris is interrupting our reception, it's time to clean up shop. And so as we clean, we grow, and then the joy and freedom are coming this Passover.